Hi, so I'm trading the ES on a 2000 tick chart with the 21 EMA. So I just wanted to share really fast. So I just got out of this trade and I was recording the trade and I was going to upload it. I was going to record the trade and then use that into the regular video and then upload it. But while I was in the trade, my computer crashed. And it's the first time that's happened while I was in a trade. And it was not fun. It definitely is scary because, after it crashed, of course, I instantly started thinking, "Oh, what if some order gets canceled and then I am in a trade without a bracket and then it goes against me?" Obviously, that's the first thing that comes to mind. But realistically, I knew I had my stop in place, so I knew that no matter what, I was fine. It's not gonna go away against me while I'm out of the thing while the program is shut down. So it's fine. And then when I got back into NinjaTrader, I was still in the trade actually at the very last part of the trade. So yeah, it's definitely not fun for that to happen, but yeah, I just wanted to share that because it's the first time it's ever happened to me. But let me unclutter this, get rid of that. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that at the beginning. So yeah, as you can tell, I have a new microphone, so it definitely sounds a lot better. I did a test video last night. It sounded really good. But so yeah, I guess I'll just go through the day now. And yeah, when it restarted, the whole chart restarted, so I had to redraw everything, which I didn't redraw everything. I'm sure there's small things I didn't redraw, but dang, yeah, that was really annoying to be honest with y'all. So I'm just gonna draw these last couple things and then get into the video. So I guess one downside to this better mic is you can hear my mouse clicking more in the typing. I'm sure that doesn't matter though. So anyway, I put my overnight highs here, my overnight lows here. We were in this downtrend, which I drew it a couple ways. I tried drawing it all thin and everything too, but this doesn't fit bad, but it kind of holds 3 times, but it's like you have to kind of do a cut through the bar. I mean, I'd rather it just be like that, right off that body, but it does have to cut, but that's fine. That's not very much. I think that's valid. But anyway, so I started trading around this area right here. We were going sideways here. Let me redraw this. We're at the overnight lows, and we can't really get past the EMA. We have a couple legs up, but we push straight back below. We go into this range. There's really no entries. We have a breakout of the range, a pullback, also a breakout pullback of this overnight high at this point. But yeah, and so we lead up to this first trade. I of course didn't have this downtrend when I took it, but basically price broke out of the overnight low. Then we have a two-legged correction back, which even this right here I don't think is that bad, because if you draw like a whole thing, it does have an overshoot, which that can give you the green light to go short, especially if it's off the overnight high. But I decided to skip it. I was kind of concerned about something like this, but it also has an overshoot there, so I really think that this right here wasn't that bad of a trade. But I ended up waiting on this right here. So I want to go through the setup and also my exact train of thought while I was taking it. So it's a first entry long, second entry long, failure. And I was thinking, okay, clearly inside the range we have a big bearish imbalance. We can't even get to halfway through the range. We turn down really fast. EMA is pointing straight down. It's holding every time so far until just right here where it finally breaks through, but we're already rushing back below that fast. So I'm absolutely looking short here. And we have a reversal pattern from this uptrend playing out, because technically you do have an uptrend, break, new high, and then a reversal pattern. So context is very good. Now, here's the thing. I was concerned about going into the overnight lows, especially going for 1 to 2. But I took this engulfing bar, and it was all this red bar was already pretty low in ticks when it was about to fill, so I was totally comfortable going on an engulfing bar. But I was kind of worried about the overnight low, but I took it anyway because of how bearish it was, and also because of every single time that I didn't want to go for 1 to 2 simply because it's into the overnight high or low. It has never mattered. So I'm trying to just get over that. Like, I want to, like, after this trade, we end up having this. And so, like I'm saying, I wasn't too scared about going into the overnight low because that's never really been a valid reason to not go for 1 to 2 before. Here, it kind of changes because clearly it bounces early here, and at this point I would get the range. I would get this downtrend. I would see it's not reaching the lows, and then it almost bounces again. So, like, say you're looking for an entry here, I definitely wouldn't want to be going, say, 1 to 2 here because it's clearly finding resistance at the overnight low. You see what I mean? So, it's just I have a few trades where I went 1 to 1, and the only reason that I didn't want to go for more is because it was into the overnight high or low, and it has never mattered. So I'm trying to not use that as a reason to go for less. But anyway, we push lower, and we do find resistance, and so then we push back. At this point, I do have the range after we get this push down, I have this downtrend after we get this push down. And then I see here it's holding for the 4th time. There's no way that you can enter on that, really. We do get this push down. It bounces really early again, and then we get almost an entry here. We get a pullback. It's almost a failed second entry. Just a push lower, break higher, and then push lower, and then a failure entry. So, but yeah, I don't really see anything worth taking there. And then, yeah, we kind of just have all these shallow pullbacks, really nothing to take. Finally, we get a second entry here, but I didn't want to enter on that because you do expect it to get back to this trend line, and it doesn't have a good signal bar. It's kind of, I think of it as prices are just kind of indecisive at this point because it couldn't reach the low of this channel, and then I'm not going to take an entry that's not off the high. This is just kind of chopping around. So anyway, we push lower again, and finally we get another correction back to this key entry point. We break, we have a push lower, and then this is the second push lower, and we make a new low. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, we have this downtrend, break, new low. Downtrend is played out, so it's safe to look for longs. We clearly go into this uptrend, which I was drawing it a couple ways at first, but I ended up going with this. And I ended up getting this entry off of it right here. And so here's what I was thinking. We have this uptrend. Yeah, the bars did not exactly load back how they were after the computer restarted, by the way. So everything is a tiny bit different. But we have this uptrend. We have a second entry long off the key entry point. Yeah, when I had it the first time, we had a clear break and a new low. So, I mean, this isn't even bad, really, because it's so sharp down. You wouldn't really want to go based off of just those two anyway. So, these two bars, I mean. So, anyway, clearly 2 legs down off the key entry point, 4th bounce. I went for 1 to 2. All I wanted was room to get out at these highs. Now, I understand that the bias was bearish, so let me explain my long here, especially my big target. So we were in a bearish bias, but the downtrend did play out with a break and a new low. So I felt like it was safe to go long. We're in a clear uptrend, and we're not even that far away from fading the range of the day. So, I thought it was fine as long as I had room, But then here we do bounce in the middle of this channel, so that's not exactly a good sign for the bulls. Then we have a triple test here. It bounces again, so at this point I'm really thinking, okay, it could turn back down again. But I do take another long, except because of this triple top and the fact that it turned down early inside of this channel, I was thinking, okay, it could be bearish again, but this uptrend does have a break. I can still expect a new high, and I had it like this, the range, and it's a breakout of this range, and most breakouts fail. So that's what I was thinking here. I just one thing that I did do was I did not want to go for 1 to 2. I just decided to go for 1 to 1 target because of the reasons I stated, it turning down. I was afraid that it might be getting too bearish again. I was still confident in the long, I just didn't want to go for a huge target, you know. So that's all I went for. It would have made 1 to 2, but I still think that 1 to 1 is the most ideal target here. So anyway, we have a couple, we just chop around a little bit. Like here, I don't think that this second entry long is a good entry. So yeah, it's a second entry long. Breakout, most breakouts fail, but realistically we have a quad top over here. It's clearly holding to the up. I mean, these highs are clearly holding, and so I would be afraid of the bull buying because on the other side, whoops, it's not holding. It keeps pushing lower every time. So clearly it's way more bearish than it is bullish. Okay, so you know, here I just don't want to buy there. You know what I mean? I hope I'm being clear. I kind of got frazzled when my computer shut down in the middle of a trade, so my heart's still kind of racing. But but anyway, we push lower. We have these couple legs down now, and then we retrace to the EMA. At this point, it is very clear, no way that you can look for buys. You can only look for shorts, because after it comes off these highs again, we push lower, and then the EMA holds to the downside again. Clearly, you're just going to be looking for shorts. I don't find anything here. We do have a clear 2 legs up because we have first leg and then a push lower, second leg. Very congestive. Let me redraw this. Anyway. So then we push lower. At first, the channel was more like this. But I did eventually extend it to here. I was thinking this is probably accurate. Fits off the lows, fits off the highs. And then here I was thinking, okay, we have a downtrend break. I'm expecting a new low. We have 2 legs up, which, yes. So before my computer restarted, these bars were different, and I did have a clear break and a new high. The data just reloaded different, I guess. But yes, when I took this trade, there was a clear break and a new high, and so I don't know why it reloads differently if your computer restarts. I don't really get it, but anyway. So I only went for 7 ticks because I wanted to get out at the lows, because I was afraid they could just bounce, you know. So anyway, clearly it went down a lot more than that, but I still think that was the best target because I don't want to gamble and just try to get it way past the lows, because sometimes it'll just tick lower, go straight back up. I mean, that's why we draw them there, you know. It could bounce there, so anyway, I still have the recording of this. Maybe I'll upload it. It doesn't show the target get filled. It just like shows like halfway through the trade, and then just abruptly ends because it shuts down. The computer shuts down. But so I don't think I'm gonna upload it. I don't want to upload 3 videos in one day. But anyway, so that's the day. That's really it for the day. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope y'all learned something. Oh yes, and I will point out that another day without any losers. Which last trading day I did have a loser. Last trading day I got 3 trades, one of them being a loser. Which obviously that's fine. That's a 66% win rate on that day. But even with that 66% win rate, I was still up 7 points that day. So, you know, this is why I like good risk to reward. You know, you just have to filter out all the tiny scalps, and you just don't want to go for all the scalps. And there's a lot of, once again, there's a lot of scalps that you'll want to skip. And I'm not advising anyone to do that. I'm just saying, for me, I like to skip all the small scalps and just wait for the bigger picture stuff. Of course, I'm not advising anyone to, you know, do anything with their money, but I'm just showing what I'm doing here. So anyway, hope y'all have a good day, and hope y'all had a good trading day, and I will see y'all in the next video. Also, let me know how the mic is, the microphone. Let me know. See y'all.